Hi, I'm Khaled Ayofi. I am currently a school leaver at PwC. I'm working in the Asset Wealth Management team, studying towards my tax qualification in the Association's Technicians of Taxation.
I'm Alice Taylor. I'm a Senior Associate at PwC and I'm also a Chartered Accountant with the ICAEW.
My name is Abdul Hassan. I'm on the KPMG 360 School Leaver Programme, currently studying towards AAT Level 4 in tax valuations.
I've always been interested in finance. I remember looking back selling cookies and Lucozades at school trying to make a profit. So I knew I'd always be in the finance industry. I'm quite interested in accounting because the traditional kind of view of accounting is this number crunching, boring people with top hats. And then the more I researched, the more I found out it's interesting, it's working with great companies and it's really a great place to build a career.
I also chose accounting because I've got a lot of accountants in my family, but they're not boring. So like, as you said, top hat and tie, it's very structured. Accounting, you sit inside and bean count, but it's definitely not what I've experienced. I went into accounting because it was like a very secure career path maybe, but the reason I've stayed is because it is fresh and exciting every single day.
Ever since I was young, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I felt like experience at KPMG would help me understand businesses a lot better.
I think the best thing about accountancy is that there is no real day-to-day life. Every day is different. There's always new projects you can get involved with. I get to get the corporate lifestyle that I was looking for in terms of being able to work with these professionals, but I also get to help people build up from ground up, and it's a quite rewarding experience, I feel.
My day-to-day in audit and assurance was just really getting to know a business, getting to understand what my client does to then check that everything's being done properly. I've now moved into student recruitment, which is sort of building on those networking and relationship skills and sort of identifying future talent.
Depending on sort of where I am in the business, my day-to-day would be sort of very different. In legal services, a lot of sort of client contact, in audit, a lot of travelling up and down the country, different client sites, a lot of meetings with my directors and how they want to sort of approach things, a lot of like client lunches or team lunches where your sort of directors and partners take you out. So
expenses are always nice.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have 5 core competencies. It's whole leadership, relationships, technical capabilities, business acumen and global acumen. And I can name them all, so I'm doing my job right. So we ask for all 5 of these benchmarks to be reached. You have to be an all-rounded individual. We do ask for technical skills in our technical capability competency, but equally relationships and whole leadership are very sort of not soft skills, but they're skills that you need to build relationships, maintain client relationships. I think my best advice for sort of apprentices joining the firm or new grads is just to be curious and to ask the questions. The more you can ask and the more you can try find things out about a culture or about a role, the better.
One thing I did before I joined KPMG is I met people within this sort of industry and asked them how it was, how to sort of prepare. And I feel like that really helps, talking to people who actually been there. It's definitely a very hard transition coming like straight from school into the sort of business.
I think it's all about being as organised as you possibly can. So you know you're going into the corporate life. How do I make best of the time I have? And then when do I completely clock off and just focus on other things?
The biggest sort of challenge for me, I would say, is sort of balancing revision, exams, and also working and your social life, especially sort of during exam season. It's very much manageable, but that's the toughest thing for me.
I think the biggest challenge for me was coming in quite young. I felt young and I felt like I've not done this before and this is a really corporate environment, and going straight into client sites as well, having not done all my exams. Like, are these people going to listen to me? Are they going to trust what I'm trying to tell them? But the way I got over that was obviously completing my exams and proving that I could do this professionally, and also just relying on the support of people who are senior than you, people who've done it the year before.
As cliche as this will sound, honestly, just believe in yourself and put the time, put the effort in, and you will see the results. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. My
advice would be curious, test those employers, check if they're doing the right things for you, and just ask the difficult questions.
My big sort of advice would be just to do your research, just to do as much research as sort of possible, and sort of really understand what it is that you're getting yourself into.